Hola mi gente, how's it going? I want to talk about today receiving messages, right? And receiving intuitive insight, intuitive messages, and how it comes to us in many forms, right? So, as many of you know, I am a deep dreamer, and I'm also an intuitive. I'm also a card reader, and among other things, right? And the beautiful thing that I'm noticing today as I'm driving and reflecting on my dream last night, I'm like, wow, messages do come to us in many different forms, and we're always supported because the message that came through in the reading today on this beautiful full moon Mercury retrograde day, right? The reading was about like not letting yourself be deceived, and also like there was a big emphasis around coming out of the hermit mode, and as you come out you become a teacher unknowingly, right? Because people are like, oh, I haven't seen you in a while, what you've been up to. And as you naturally just start sharing your integration process, people are like, wait, I want to learn that. How did you do that? And you naturally become like this teacher, this person, just by going through your own experience, and now being ready to share it. But it's not like in a way like, oh, I'm ready to share it. It just organically starts to unfold because people start asking you where you've been, right? And the reason why I say we get these messages in different ways is I had a dream last night that I went to a place I haven't been to in a while. And there were people there that I haven't seen in like over 6 months at this point, right? And I remember in the dream, when I was in the dream, I was feeling very confident. I was feeling like a birthing person, right? Like someone in whom has been transformed, right? I saw myself as my confident, intuitive person, but also very soft, not loud, and just sharing and stuff. And people had picked up on that on the dream. And in the dream, people were like, wow, where have you been? I haven't seen you. And then I just started sharing insight. And then people became super curious. And not only that, some people weren't even asking me those questions. They were just like, you seem different. Like your energy just seems so peaceful. You seem so knowing and connected. And that was also a part of the message that came today, right? When we were talking about the Hermit card. And as I was reflecting on my dream right now, driving to where I need to go, I just became super aware on how we get messages from all angles. And I'm feeling the need to talk about this because I feel that for a lot of us, we dismiss that. We dismiss that it's coming from all these angles, different places, different faces. And it's time for us to wake up to seeing that, because it is giving us a gift of what we've been asking for, right? Like, I have been integrating. I finally am now sharing my voice again. And like I've shared many times before, a part of my spiritual attack and my spiritual warfare and my own unraveling and having to come out of the dark and back into the light has been me reclaiming my voice, right? And even in such, I've noticed that my voice even sounds different. And that wasn't intentional. I wasn't working on trying to change my voice. It just naturally, it feels like a stronger voice. Even though it's still me, it's still soft, but there's this undertone of strength, of authority, of a knowing. It's less of a feeling of guessing I'm saying something and like I know I'm saying something. And I find that to be super beautiful because the energies right now, what's happening for us, is for us to remember this part of ourselves. And I know that Mercury retrograde is here. Today is the day that it is happening in Cancer, which is the opposite sign of Capricorn. And the reason why that's important is because they are opposite. They oppose each other. They're like the yin and the yang, right? And there's this dance happening, and then the Mercury retrograde is another dance, which is talking about going back to review what we've been experiencing and fine tuning those experiences. And what does that mean, to fine tune? Fine tuning is going back and fixing the little pieces we missed. And that is like, oh, I missed this big awareness, and now I see it, and now I can integrate it. And now that I've integrated, I can no longer be deceived. I can no longer be betrayed. And if I allow myself to be betrayed, it's because I am not standing in what I know. I'm still operating from the old, not the new. Right? And there's gonna be like this sort of testing energy. And so we're gonna get it in our dreams. We're gonna get it in other people talking to us. We're gonna get it in listening to movies, videos, whatever it is, music, right? It's gonna come to us in many different forms. And I want you to just feel into the glory of that. Right? Not to be like, oh, I don't understand. I feel so lost. Why I keep getting all these messages around this thing? You're getting it because it's trying to tell you something. Your spirit, your ancestors te están hablando. They're talking to you. They're telling you something. They're giving you insight on what it is that you have been asking clarity for. Right? You've been asking for clarity for over years now. And I feel like specifically for the past 6 months, right, when this new moon in Capricorn happened in the end of December, beginning of January, I think time. I didn't go back, so you can check the correct timing, but it was about 6 months ago. And one of the things you've asked for was clarity. And with that clarity, you ask for the strength to do what you've seen in that clarity. You ask for that. And I know you ask for that because I asked for it too. And we're not separate. We're not. We're all in this together, even though we're experiencing it differently. We're all working towards the same thing, right? And now that we've reached the peak, the full moon at its peak, we are now evaluating everything, all the places that were dark, because the new moon, the sky is dark, everything is dark. And as we start moving towards the full moon, illumination starts to come in. And now the full illumination is there. There's no dark spaces. And in those dark, and now that my hair, now that there's no dark spaces and everything's illuminated, even the shadow is illuminated. And I want you to see the shadow as a gift, not as a burden. It is a part of you that has been through an experience. It's a part of you that has gone through something. It is your own unique experience, your own uniqueness. And now you have the fullness of seeing it. And with the Mercury retrograde in Cancer, which is connected to the emotion, it is inviting you to go back, not just from a logical perspective, but going back and integrating it from also the emotion, the spirit of it as well, right? So I feel really fiery around this because, sometimes, we just think things are just random, this here, this there. No, there's connections, and it's up to us to see it. And the more we allow that in ourselves to see it, the more we can integrate that experience and really use it towards our advantage. And when you elevate, so do others, right? And it was really interesting because in my dream, it was, you wouldn't think that I would get this message that I received, but because I did the reading and now I'm reflecting on my dream as I'm driving, which I do a lot of the time, because I driving, I don't know, being on the road and seeing things move also gets my brain waves moving as well. And a lot of greenery as well helps with that groundingness, and I get awareness, right? So as I was doing that, right? As I was doing that, I became really present to the synchronized connection between what I dreamt about for me personally and what I received for the collective, of what is like a really important message for us to take in today and to start implanting now, moving into the next 6 months, right? And then we're going to move in 2 weeks or so, we're going to be in the new moon energy again, right? And I believe the new moon is in Cancer. Don't quote me on that. I'm not 100% sure right now. I will have to look at my stuff. Um, and if it is in Cancer, that's again looking in the emotions. And we'll still be in the Mercury retrograde during the new moon. So we're going to still be in that going deep in, but not in a way that is like isolation. It's going deep in as we're experiencing the world. It's happening simultaneously. It's not a point of isolation. It's actually an integration and a share. And you don't have to worry about how it's going to be shared, it's going to naturally start to occur. Like, people are just going to start asking you, oh, where you've been, what you up to, and then you start sharing authentically. But in order for you to figure that out, you have to be authentic, right? You can't just be like, oh yeah, I've just been handling my life, and leave it there. The opportunity will pass you if you do that, right? And of course, there's certain people in whom you can share, and then there's others who will diminish your light. So you use your own discernment. And that was also a part of the reading today, where there was a hiddenness between, there was like this caring connection, and right underneath there was deceit and hostility, right? Which is lies, which is trickery, which could be like narcissism, and gaslighting, and a lot of love bombing. So this is the love bombing stage that I'm picking up on right now. Just be aware. Take your time, because also what was reflected was take your time. And that is a right, like, it's take your time but not be isolated. It's just take your time with everything, right? If you're starting to speak to someone new, don't spend every second talking to them, every second of your stuff rearranging for that. No, let it slowly integrate into your world. How is it that it integrates? Don't give up the parts of yourself that's important, right? Like, and sometimes we don't realize it because that love bombing feels so yummy. It feels so woo, so good, but that only lasts for a very short time, and then you're chasing that for the rest of that connection. Like, you become addicted to that feeling. And those relationships are the most hard ones to step out of, because you always have this hope that they will show you what they first shown you, which was always a lie, right? So there's like, as you integrate what you have already been through, because you've been through this already, you've been through this numerous times, different faces, different places, right? You've already been through that. Now it's like, now that the face is coming, and even though it might be a different face, or it might be someone from the past, because we are Mercury retrograde, and people from the past come back because they become like, there's this sense of nostalgia, right? That happens. So see the messages in all places, in all spaces. I invite you to see that, right? Like, if you're a dreamer, learn how you dream, right? Like my dreams are pretty immediately most of the time, and then later on there could be more knowing. So that's why I write about them, because I do go back and then I learn something. But a lot of the times, like it plays more than one role, right? And our dream world is super, super, super juicy, super important. And I started getting my remembrance of dreams was only when I would be super scared and it felt like nightmares, and I was getting superly spiritually attacked. I would see demonic faces and energies, and like I said, the thing that they would attack was my voice. And this has been something since childhood. And then I went through a period of time where I didn't dream, like in my adolescence. And I understand why, because I was not on my spiritual path in my like mid adolescence, right? I was trying to fit in and stuff. So I wasn't being attacked, right? But as soon as I started going back into my spirit, whoa, super experiences. I was even astral projecting, and at that time I didn't really know what that was. Right? Like I was just having these experiences and I didn't know what it was. And back then there wasn't like YouTube like it is now, right? Like and Google, like you could find everything almost now. It wasn't like that then, right? We've been blessed in the last like 15 years to have like such a big boom of YouTube and stuff, but even though to us it's super integrated and it feels like it's been there forever, it hasn't. It hasn't. And so now I could look up things, and that's why I'm speaking, because there was a moment in time I felt really, really lost and I didn't know what to do, and I was in my fear. And the negative energies and entities were loving that fear I was in. They were sucking me dry. I was super tired, super exhausted, super afraid, and not in my light, right? And what shifted me was seeing the gifts in my dreaming, being appreciative that I was dreaming, being appreciative that I am getting insight. And the thing is, as you start to shift that, the dreams start to shift, your experience start to shift, and they become even more integrated in things like that. And I'm not saying I don't have bad dreams. Yeah, I do, right? Like there's still things that come up. But even when it's a dream that seems scary, or a bad dream, or a nightmare, whatever we call that, I'm no longer like, oh my God, I'm afraid. No, I'm like, oh wow, what is this trying to tell me? Where do I still hold on to fear? What is it that I'm afraid of? Right? Because it's just all reflecting something of me. It has changed the narrative. I have shifted mindset, right? And so that's why I'm sharing this today, because you are getting messages from different angles, different people, different spaces. And if you are able to piece the pieces together, you're going to have such a deep awareness, and that deep awareness is going to like be so yummy right now. And it's this isn't the time to like start something new. This is the time to bring in all you have and start seeing the structural part of it, because we're in Capricorn full moon. I'm a sun sign Capricorn, so I know a lot about the Capricorn, right? So the Capricorn energy is very ambitious, structure, it's discipline, it's about organization. And so right now, if we were to take the positive of that, okay, how can I structure my big dream, my big vision that I see for myself, right? And you might have this real big vision of you see yourself, having this life that seems so distant from where you are, but you really know, like, I want that. That is for me. But there's a distance with this Capricorn energy. If you pull it in and you're like, hey, how can I bring a discipline to bring me to that? Right? How can I make it fun and enjoyable at the same time? It doesn't have to be rigorous. It doesn't have to be like pulling out your teeth experience. No. Hard work doesn't have to be negative, right? Like it really doesn't. And that's where is the shift is like allow yourself to see the reward, right? To feel good about your accomplishments. Like, wow, I did this stuff, and look what I've created, and now I get to enjoy it and share it with the people I love, right? I get to share it with those who will appreciate with me. So yummy. What a gift. I get to create a legacy, right? And legacy is whatever you make of it, right? The way that we leave the hearts of the people once we leave them, right? There will be a day that I won't be here physically, right? One thing is for sure is that we will all die. Now, how are we going to take that experience, right? How are we going to really allow ourselves to experience that? Hold on. It's like there's like construction happening in front. I hope you can still hear me. Um, so there is this need to see things for what they are versus what you have once thought they are. So you get that? I hope that made sense. Because what once seemed distant, what once seemed impossible is possible. Is possible. But it's just going to require seeing things and shifting things to truths, right? And to me, the word truth, truth, is capital T, to me is the essence of God. It's the essence of all knowing. It's the essence of the grand spirit. And to me, God is in everything. En la tierra, en la agua, en el fuego, en el aire, right? In the earth, in the fire, in the water, right? In the air, in the wind, in the songs. That's where it lives. And in those, you receive the truths. So I wanted to share this with you. I'll be posting this hopefully today. But I trust in all the timing, right? So look at your life. Look at where you're receiving different things and integrate that. Okay. I want to share with you this amazing opportunity that I'm now offering. I'm offering a 30-minute complimentary awareness call, and you can get a link to my calendar by going to my website, soylamedicina.com. I will have that here below or somewhere on this video, soylamedicina.com. And you can click on the button that says awareness call, and it'll take you directly to my calendar. And I would love to speak with you to see how I can support you. And if you feel called to, see how we can continue working together. And as of right now, I am offering slide and scale. And it's unique to everyone that based on what you're going through, because I believe in the exchange. And like everyone else, I want to do more of this. So it's an exchange of like, I help you, you help me, right? We both create our dreams together. You help me make my dreams, I help you make yours. It's a dance together, right? And my mission is really around I walk beside you. I'm not in front of you. I'm not behind you. I'm beside you. You are beside me. We are in this together. So may this feed your heart. May this give you inspiration. May you allow this full moon to show you the fullness of the capacity of where you are. May you able to reflect back from the new moon time. See what was going on for you. How have you integrated now? How have you shifted now? And what is the calling that's calling for you to put into structure now? Right? It's not a new seed. It's something that's been birthed in you for a long time. And it is now the moment. If you take the time, the energy, you utilize this moment and energy and say, this is my time. This is my time. This is it. This is it. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to create that structure. I'm going to talk to the people who can help me do so. right? All right, may this speak to you. I'm really, really excited to be talking to you all. From my heart to yours, de mi corazón hasta la tuya. Ciao.